Good day guys, this is Practiphile and yeah, today I'm going to give a short review, and probably it's gonna be my final review of the Tangzu in collaboration with HBB Heyday. Right, this is not a review unit. This was loaned to me by a friend of mine in Cebu, and he has a shop, so do check him out. It's Simphonia. I'll include the link in the description. So last week we had a short meetup with some friends in Cebu, and we tried different sets. I tried their sets, and they've tried mine, and some of some sources, and we did some graphing. So anyhow, I tried to borrow the Heyday, and I don't have the box with me, so I only want to listen to it for like a few days and have my like, not it's a little bit different compared to sets that are sent to me, because I can really take time to review them. But in this case, I think I have enough time. Probably like I listened to them like 3 days plus. So yeah, moving on. I actually didn't like the presentation at first. For me, it was just when I tried it in the place where we auditioned sets, it was fine. I thought that they were very smooth, and at the time when I brought them and I gave them I listened to them extensively, I found that it wasn't as good as I expected. And I was reading reviews online on Headfi, and like everything didn't make sense. It's like I didn't really I didn't know, like, if my impressions were wrong, or I just couldn't agree with anyone on the internet. And then so I realized, but the cable was good, and then I realized it had a like modular cable. It came with the modular cable, and I shared this story with some people, like on Discord and some of my friends. This story came back when I had reviewed the HD Sound Heart Mirror Pro, and it had modular cable. And at first I was really disappointed with the sound, and then I changed to a normal cable, and then they became better. And after that, it happened again to me with the S12 Pros. It's the same thing. For me, it was so veiled. Although the cable had very good quality, but I didn't understand. It was so veiled to me. So I thought it was just the fitting issues with the cable, because it had like an unusual curve, on my ear. So I was thinking it was just a fit. And this time with the Heyday, again, another modular cable. The cable quality is nice, the curve was just enough, so basically I didn't have problems with fit. And so I was wondering like how, and so I tried to change the cable to like the Dioko ones, because they were available on my table, and voila, like everything started to make sense. And I was reading reviews online, and yeah, I kind of agree with what they said. The Heyday is a very smooth sounding planar. Really, it's very smooth from bass, mids to treble. So going back about the cable, I don't know what's wrong. Is it like the pairing of the cable to my DAP, or is it like, was there something wrong with the pins? Was it inverted? I am not sure about that. Was it the impedance or something? I don't know. So most of the modular cables I've tried, I've had bad experience in terms of the overall sound. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy modular cables. I don't know, maybe it's just my experience, maybe I'm unlucky, maybe there was like problems with phase or something. But what I know is, for now, I'd stick to like non-modular type. So yeah, moving on to the Heyday. Yes, the tonality is rather smooth. They're warm balanced, I should say. They're the safest planars out there. The tonality is it's not neutral, or maybe it is. Maybe I think it's not, because I see some warmth in the bass, very meaty bass as well, very resolved, and it's a planar. And planars are so comparable, actually. Like, they sound similar, then they're different. So the probably the one thing that you'd notice about the Heyday is the smoothness of the overall response. So mids come across very natural and organic, carrying that warmth from the bass. And then the treble, yes, you get very little planar qualities in the treble. Although I can still discern that, oh, okay, this is resolved like a planar, but it's not as forward as other planars like the S12s or the S12 Pros or the Timeless. So if you really want a smooth listening, I can say that the Heyday here, it's just good at doing that. For the technicalities, yes, it's kind of like, what can I say? It's planar tech. So, but I feel like planars like the Timeless and the S12s have a bit more resolving power because of the elevated treble. It's not that the details are there, it's actually there, but it's not as forward as the other planars around. So I guess that's it about the Heyday, really. Like, I can't say much about it other than the sound. It's really smooth. Oh, and for the fit though, like, they're quite heavy on the ears, but bearable. One thing that I have to note though, maybe it depends on the person and depends on someone's ears, because sometimes I feel some straining around this part here. You see that around this part? My ears are strained, probably because of the ear tips that I'm using. So I'm using some wide bores that can make the Heyday fit really deep, and yeah, for some reason it strained some parts of my ears. Maybe I needed to tip roll more, but I have to return these to the owner, and but they're not bad sounding. So can I recommend the Heyday? Yeah, if I can recommend this for maybe people who are very sensitive to treble, I think it's gonna be the safest recommendation I can give. But of course, with the added cash, because they're not cheap, they're $200. If they don't mind spending that much, maybe I can recommend these. But there are cheaper planars, like for example the S12 Pros. They're not as bright as the S12s, and they're not as bright as the Timeless, but I feel like the S12 Pros are still, like, in my review I mentioned that they're more versatile because it has lesser, around 6K area, but it has more treble though, like around 8K. It has definitely more treble than the Heyday, but the mid bass compensates for it on the S12 Pros, and they're cheaper. Like, you can buy them for like discounted prices, like 120 or something like that, or regular price I guess it's around 150. But between the two, the Heyday is safer, but you pay extra for that. That's the thing, because what can I say? So for my scoring, how do I score this? For the tonality, I think tonality, I can give this tonality maybe a 3. Yeah, tonality, I can give it a 3, because as you can see, it clearly follows my balance target here. See that? Yep. So tonality is 3. Bass is this is good. It has good impact. It's actually, like, on graphs you might think that the S12 Pros are bassier, but I feel like they're just on par, just different emphasis. So the S12 Pros emphasizes on the mid bass, this one is on the sub bass. So I think 2.5. Mids on these, yeah. What can I say about the mids though? Like, yeah, sometimes the female vocals are non-energetic, like depending on the pitch, because they carry that warmth in them. So maybe, but overall the mids are fine. The instruments sound good. So maybe I'll give it a, what, like 2.5 as well. 2.5. Treble, very smooth treble, maybe 3 for treble. Text, maybe 2.5. So that's 13.5. Text is 2.5. Why? Because, yeah, as I mentioned, I feel like the S12s and the Timeless have more resolution compared to the Heyday. So yeah, that's just me. So 13.5, it falls in A+. It could have been S though, like, but I was trying to, like, assess if it's worth an S. But the thing is, this is more expensive than other planars. and you can get others for cheap. And if you're into EQ, you can EQ tonality. So basically you get like, I can get my S12 Pros to sound this like this. So that's what I can say. But overall, very good job, Tangzu and HBB, for tuning this. This is a very, it's a very what can I say, it's a very competent set, complete, and the cable quality is good. I don't know, maybe your cable modular, for people who own the set, maybe they're fine for you, but you know, for me, it's, I don't know, maybe it's my DAP, or maybe there's something wrong with the polarity or something. I'm not sure about that. So yeah, this is my review of the Heyday Tangzu X HBB Heyday. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Consider liking my videos, share if you want, subscribe if you want, and I hope to see you next time. Peace out. Bye.